Hello, my love fam. Hello, my love fam. How you doing? Yes, this is our new name. This is your new name. This is my new name I have for you all, my love fam. I was just thinking, I'm like, I gotta call y'all something. I always say hello, my beautiful, lovely people. So this is going to be the Love Fam channel, the Love Fam channel. And if this is your first time watching, welcome to the Love Fam channel. Here on my channel is nothing but love, nothing but love. If this is your first time watching, hello, I go by the name Alyssa, Ambassador for Christ. Here on my channel, I share Bible study. Sometimes I do series. I have series on singlehood. I have a series on embracing your spiritual gift. Series on the principles of prayer. All that is in the playlist. You can find. I created a playlist just for you all to watch. And so, welcome to my channel. Welcome. Um, like, subscribe. Give this video a thumb up if it's a blessing unto you. And so in today's video, I didn't even know this was going to be a part three. I did not know it was going to be a part three until after I did the 3-day fast. For those of you, if you saw the last video I just did, and I was talking about how we're in 3-day fast, and God was just showing me the way to His glory. And so while on that 3-day fast, He began to do a spiritual cleansing on me. And so a while back, I did a video on title "Clean Out Your House, Get Rid of Those Idols." Something that the Lord He did like a cleansing on me. After leaving the workplace in the workplace I was working at, they was practicing witchcraft. And so after leaving that place, God He did a spiritual cleansing on me. And so he had me to get rid of some things, that might have been, attached, I was attached to. And so I have to get rid of those things. And so it's a part one and part two. Watch both of those videos. Watch both of those videos. Just recently, the Lord had me to reshare it, on my platform, on Facebook, and with my family. He's like, share with your family. And so I had to share with my family, because the Lord want to set some people free. There were some people, some of you might be working in a place, and people you don't know that they're practicing witchcraft. They're praying evil on you, evil against you. And so the Lord revealed to me, He showed me this. And so you have to detach yourself from these things, these people, that give you something. And so there's a part one and part two, and it's titled Clean Out Your House. And so in this video, as I stated, I did not know it was going to be a part three until I did this 3-day fast. And as I did this 3-day fast, um, I did this 3-day fast. The Lord revealed something to me. So one of my daughters, she went to the store and she bought this it was like this cooking oil. She bought this can of cooking oil, and when she bought it. Me, I'm the type of person, like, sometimes, from my experience from that workplace, after my experience from my old job, I'm real cautious about what I bring into the house, what people give me. I'm just real cautious. I'm real cautious about that. Like, when I get something, I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it. Okay, where did this come from? Because after that, I went through something. I went through some things, after that. And so she brought it into the house, and when I saw it, I forgot the name of the name, and it was just some of my spirits like research that name. So I researched the name, and sure enough, when I researched the name, the cooking oil, it was like this big old can of cooking oil, and a big old yellow, like a yellow or green can or something. And so I researched, and when I researched the name represent like death and evil. And I told her, I'm like, oh, you gotta get rid of this. I'm like, you gotta get rid of this oil. You have to get rid of it. I'm like, I researched the name. I'm like, you have to get rid of it. And so here it is. Some time had passed, and this oil is still sitting in my house, like in my kitchen, sitting on the floor. It's still sitting there. And so I think I forgot all about it. She forgot all about, she didn't pay no attention to it, to what I said. And so some time had passed. And so here it is. I think I went on this 3-day fast, and I'm in my room, and I'm in my front room. I'm just laying in my bed, and the Lord revealed to me. He said, "Get rid of that can. He said, get rid of that can, get it out your house, like get rid of it. And so I told my daughter, and I'm like, we got to get rid of this can. And she was like, I paid such and such. And I'm like, I don't care. You know, he's telling me, he said, get rid of this. He said, get rid of this evil spirits attached to this can. Like, get rid of it. And so, sure enough, we took the can, we threw it out. We threw the can out, and so as we throwing it out to garbage, and he told me like, saturate your house, like saturate your house, go through your house. You gotta pray over your house, anoint your house from top to bottom, pray over your house. And so this is what I did. This is what I did. I prayed over my house, anointed top to bottom, renounced anything that might have been, anything that was my attachment. And not only that, I forgot to mention my other daughter, which is her twin sister. My other daughter, the twin sister, when she researched it, it wasn't just me. She researched it. She told her sister, she was like, yeah, she was like, she read the name and she said it means a fallen death angel. The name represents a fallen death angel. So this is something satanic. And so she was like, yeah, we gotta get rid of it. And so we threw it away. But I just thank God for his grace and his mercy, for his protection. Thank him for his blood covering. For like when you don't know, when you don't know things that you might have in your possession, or you might be around up under where you don't know. I just thank you that God is able to protect you. He covers us. When we don't know, He's there to cover us. He's there to protect us, to shield us. Like, okay, they don't even know. She don't even know. He don't even know. They don't even know what danger they up under. They don't even know. And so that's just like me, as I stated in my video. And one, I'm working at this workplace. I was there 3 years. I was there 3 years. I think the first year and the second, I think the first and the second year, it wasn't X bad. Yeah, I think the first and second year it wasn't that bad because I didn't notice it that it was that bad. What it was really. I'm just thinking, oh, this is just a culture and this and that, but didn't know how deep it was until the third year. The third year I was there, and we had a teacher passed away, and other people just stopped paying, different other people, grieving counselor passed away. People just start up passing away, just start dying. And so then I started noticing different stuff. And then another thing, they would say some pray stuff to the dead. It's all this is in video one. All this I shared in video one. It was just different other stuff. And so then the last year, I had planned already 2024, I was going to leave that workplace. And because the Lord has shown me in a dream with it, like, you know what, you got to leave this place. This place you got to leave is. And so this was November of 2023. He showed me the dream. Here it is, 2024. And I remember one time I was on my way to work. He said, what did you want to do? Like I heard in my spirit, like, what are you going to do? What are you finna do? And so here I'm thinking like, okay, this is in my last year, Lord, I'm quit. But it was so that God, I left by force. When I said left by force, was like they laid me off. They laid me off. So what the devil meant for bad was for my good. They laid me off, and so it was for my good. So after they laid me off, God just started bringing. He just started reminding me of different stuff, like, different stuff like, you have to go look the stuff they was into. You had to. And I don't want to share too much of like, because a lot of this is in one. Just I want you to go back and watch the video. It's like a lot of stuff, like from somebody gave me a gift. They gave me a gift, like a witchcraft gift, and I threw it away. I threw it away, and I had to pray. And so this is part three. Clean out your house. So I thought I had cleaned everything out, got rid of everything, like everything from the workplace. So then while I'm on this 3 day fast, the Lord let me know, like, you still got some stuff in your house that, might be have some attachment to their workplace. And I'm like, Lord, I got, and he showed me, you need to get rid of this, get rid of that. And so I did. So I got rid of all, went in my closet, and because not knowing, I still had some residue. I still have some residue. Like, you still got something that's might be still connected to that place. Something you might have wore, you might have had on while you was on that. Because it's like we had to do like this morning circle. And when they did the morning circle, they would like say like this prayer. I don't want to go into the prayer because I had, it was just the. And so he was like, you need to get rid of it. And so I got rid of it. I had to pray. But I thank God for leading me to go on a 3 day fast. Because if he didn't lead me to go, I would never knew like I still had something. I still had something in my house that was like attached to it. So I'm sharing this video to encourage you that um to encourage you all, my love fam, like you might not know if you're working in the workplace and you wonder like you always feel like these under attack. It could be somebody in that place, or in that workplace, they could be practicing witchcraft. They could be practicing witchcraft, and it's probably why you feel sometime. You feel sometime like with me, certain things I can feel certain things in the spiritual realm. My spirit is just sometimes just sensitive like that. I could feel like certain thing in the spiritual realm. The Lord will let me know, and so this is why you need to, like, when you have discernment, the Lord will show you things. He'll show you, what's good and what's bad. He'll let you know. He'll let you know to get away from some people. And so if you're working in a workplace or something and you wonder why do I always feel like I'm under spiritual attack, it could be somebody in that place, in that company, they are practicing some witchcraft. They're doing some witchcraft. And so you need to pray. You need to pray. You need to pray. Not only even that, you might even have the way the Lord, he might remove you from that place. He might remove you from that place like he did with me. And this was the worst, is because the first time I was working at a daycare center and I just always felt under a demonic attack. That was the first time. But this was the worst. And it was the worst was because they had the nerve, the audacity to give me a, a gift, give me like a witchcraft, give me a gift. It was, so this was the worst. And it upset me to the point I was like, you know what I stand for, I represent, I'm a Christian. Why would you give me this? Like, why would you give me this? And so I just want you all, my love fam, like, to pray. You in your workplace, pray in your home. Somebody give you a gift. If somebody give you something, you need to. Yes, it's that serious. You might say, well, Melissa, it's not that serious. Oh, it's that serious, because these spirits are bold. They are bold. You will have the audacity to give somebody a voodoo pen. That's what one of my he gave me a voodoo pen. Why would you give me that? Like, why? And it was a skeleton head. It was a skeleton head upside down. And when I read the pen, it had voodoo. So that let me know that you practicing some witchcraft. And then you're going to give me the pen. And then what really got me, after he gave me the pen, he called me on the phone and he was like, oh, I was just checking to see did they fix your phone line. And I'm looking like, what? Why would you was just in my office. You was just in my office and you could have said, hey, mama, is your phone line working? Like, that was kind of off. And I'm like, no, what you did was you gave me the gift and you probably checking to see was I still alive. And so you have to be very careful. That's why I said it's that serious. It's that serious. When people, they give you a gift, or not only that, somebody make a meal or give you a meal, you need to pray. You need to pray before you receive that meal. Because sometimes people, they even try to put stuff in your food. They try to put stuff in your food, your drink. You need to pray. Pray at all times. Somebody give you something, you normally say, oh no, thank you. You need to pray. So that's why I'm real cautious about somebody. They give me a gift. Now with my family, I would say it's kind of different too. It's kind of different too. Sometimes my family, if they give me something, or or even sometimes if they give me something, I'll still just look at it. I'm still just looking at like where you get this from, where it come from. But I have to be that way. It's because of what I experienced, what I went through, and I had to pray. I mean, really had to repent and ask God to forgive me for not, for not knowing, or forgive me for partaking in a morning circle. Forgive me for a lot of different stuff that when I was there, I said, Lord, forgive me. I repent. I repent. And He let me know, like, don't compromise your salvation. Don't compromise your salvation for nobody. Meaning, somebody try to offer you to come to a party and you come to a party and they might be doing this or that. Oh, we're gonna read out, we have a what's the name psych or something. Don't. You as a believer of Christ, don't don't sacrifice, I mean, your compromise your salvation. Don't compromise your salvation. If you know what's going to be at that party, what they're going to do, don't go. Like when they would have events at my job, I wouldn't go to it. I wouldn't go to it. Like sometimes I would have to tell them, like, y'all know I can't go to that. I'm not going, but don't go to it. Don't partake. If you know what's going to be there, you know there's going to be some drinking, smoking, don't. We as believers of Christ, we have to stop, compromising our salvation because they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. If we invite them to something, they're gonna be like, and they know what we stand for. They're gonna be like, they're gonna try to pass it up. They're gonna try to pass up the invitation. It's because they know that what we represent and what we do, like all they're gonna be talking about, they Lord, they Father, the Holy Ghost, and all they're gonna be. I don't know if I want to go, but if they really want to know who the God you really truly serve, they're gonna be like, you know what, I go. Yeah, I want to go. But we gotta stop letting people just force their stuff on us. Force their stuff on. Like he just gave me. It was like he gave me a bag, and as I'm pulling the stuff out the bag, and I'm looking, I'm like, really? Like, really? You gonna get? And I look at the pen, and it's a skeleton head upside down, and it said voodoo, and I'm like, really? You really tried? Like, devil, you really that bold? You tried it. So just like they bold, trying to put their stuff on us, we have to be bold. We have to be bold, and we have to be bold. Like, oh no, oh no, I cannot. I will not take that. Oh no, the devil is a lie. The blood of Jesus. Oh no, I can't. No. So be very careful about what you bring into your house, gifts some people give you, when somebody give you a meal, be very careful. Even the music, some music you listen to, well, we as Christians shouldn't be listening to that music anyway. But if you people around somebody, it's demonic, you know, it's demonic. So we have to be very careful. You just think it, oh, it's just what's the name? No, that stuff it got stuff attached to it. This stuff is real. I told my girls, I said this stuff is real. I said from now on, when you go to the store, anything you pick up, you have a phone. I say you have a phone. You know how you Google stuff to look up research stuff. Any item you get, and if the name sound a little strange, you need to Google it. I say you need to Google, and you need to see where it come from. What is you need to. Here we are. She didn't even know. And I just happened when she brought it in, I caught I said the name looked kind of strange, and I looked it up, and then her twin sister looked it up. So we have to be um you have to be very careful, and I say stay prayerful in your workplace. Um, Stay prayerful. Like when I was working at the school, I prayed over my room before I enter my office, when I leave out, because you just don't know these people, like what they doing. And not only that, it's just something recently the Lord had me to. You have to be careful with people, like even social media. Different people. These people, they just, just the works of the devil. Trying to wish and pray bad stuff. You have, pray. You have to pray. We have to pray at all times. So I just want to share this all with you all. Like when he tells you to do something, you pray and God tell you need to get rid of this, you need to get rid of that. Detach yourself, do it. Move in obedience. Move in obedience. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Move in obedience. And with me, I heard in my spirit. I was on the fast, and he was like, get rid of it. He was like, get it out your house. It was like, get it out your house. And sure enough, we hurried up and we got it out the house. And he was like, saturate your house. Like, saturate your house. You need to, pray over your house, you know. And something else they did when I was at working at that school, and at first I didn't understand it. Like, why do they do this? And the Lord revealed to me, he said, because they think it's going to calm the kids down. They would light sage. They would light sage in the school and thinking it's going to calm the kids down. One time they did this teacher, she did it, and one of the students, she fainted. She blanked out. She blanked out, and then they brought it to me, brought it to the care room, and I'm like, what happened? They told me, and I'm like, maybe she blanked out. It's because you up in here burning sage. You burning sage, and this stuff is getting to her. Maybe that's why she blanked out. Like, it's just a stuff. This is why we really, and then you have to pray over your children too when they go to school, because you don't know what they presenting to your children. You don't know what they teaching your children, what they showing your children. This is not to put fear into anyone. This is to keep you alert. We have to be alert about, what goes on with your children, they into, what they watching, what they listen to. We have to be alert. It's because if you don't, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and then that's how he just grabs them, just draws them in. It's because he got them entertained to what they watching, what they listening to. So this is why you have to be, and I'm not saying do it in a way where like it's obvious, like if they doing something like, hey, what just do it in a way where they don't know what you're doing. Do it in a way that they don't know what you're doing, like you watching them. If they watching some on TV, just every now and then, just peep in, see what they what they doing. Or sometimes, you don't know. You have to be careful because these people, this is how they get our children. This is how they get our children. And why I remember just recently, the Lord had me to like go through your apps, like go through your apps on your phone. And he was showing me different apps, because sometimes I have my nephews and these nephews over or something, and he showed me, go to them apps, see what they download on your TV. And some apps he had me remove this app, remove that app. That's so you have to be careful. Um, I have to be careful, like whatever apps they download, whatever apps they download on your phone, download on TV, is because this is what they doing now. This is what they doing now. I'm trying to see, is there anything else I want to share with you all before I end this video. Uh, let me see. And so the last thing I want to share with you all before I end this video is get rid of anything that is taking the place of God, or anything that you have in your house, anything that you have as like you treat as a idol, as a god. Anything that you allow to take a place of a God, you praying to, be talking to, and it's not the one true living God. Anything, get rid of it. Get rid of it. And I shared this, and it's in I believe it's part two. It's in part two, where I talked about I don't know if you already saw the movie The Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments, where it's that the children of Israel and Moses, God had Moses deliver the children out of Israel. And so Pharaohs now, they're Egyptian. Egyptian, they was praying to these false gods. And so when Pharaoh's, I think it was Pharaoh's, no, Ramsey. When Ramsey's son died, he took his son and laid his son under they false god, and to pray that the false god bring him back to life. And his son did not come back to life. So I share this to say this, that there are so many people, they always say, they always come to us, especially us as believers in Christ, and they always come to us and say, well, how do I know your God is real? Or how do I know is this and that? How do I know? And so, and the way you could tell them, that God is not real, is because I always think back to the movie The Ten Commandment, when he laid his son up under his Egyptian god, and his son did not come back to life. And then Moses, when he saw Moses and saw all the things that God had Moses do, when Moses stretched out his rod, then at the end, I think the final thing that what got him was at the end, when he said, let when he finally let the Egyptian go. And so they went, and as they was crossing over to the Red Sea, this is a movie of the Ten Commandments. And I don't know if you all remember, Nefertari, his wife, got in his ear and told him, like, oh, you let them go and all this, and all up in his ear, you let them go. Like, basically saying, like, they done punked you and this and that. And if you so big and bad, she's telling him, you less of a man. If you so big and bad, you this and that, you would kill Moses and this and that. And so then he turned around to her and then he told her, oh, I'm gonna show you. And then she was like, okay, show me. Here, take this sword. Bring the sword back with Moses' blood on it. This is what she told him. I'm just paraphrasing. So he did all this, and so he got his little Egyptian men, chariots, they coming. And as Moses and them crossing the Red Sea, they looked back and they saw, they was like, oh, here come the chariots. And so then as they coming, Moses stretched out his rod and he began to pray. And the Lord began to, he began to like allow, when they was getting ready to cross, like it was like, I think it was like fire. Fire was just knocking Ramsey and his church, just knocking all them down, like blocking them, from coming behind them. So when he went back to her, she was like, "You couldn't even kill him." Y'all know, you ever saw the movie Ten Commandments, and he told her his God is God. He told her his God is God because he saw. He saw, like, could nobody do that? Could nobody do that but Moses, God? So this is why I say, when people come to us, they say, how do I know? Like, when when we do something, we tell them stuff. How do you know when you see healing and stuff? Nobody could do that but God. So this is how they know that our God is real, and they know that God ain't real because all I can just tell you, look, did you ever see the movie Ten Commandments? When Ramsey put didn't bring his child back to life. And so I just want to encourage you people on today, like, pray. Pray. You pray, you working at a workplace, clean out your house. Like, clean out your house. Clean, like, the Lord was just really pressing at me about this, and I'm looking like, Lord, I thought I was done with that. I did the video, and when he showed me, like, you still got something else in your house. You got some residue. You still got some residue, some things, some items in your house from their workplace you need to get rid of. And so that's what I did. That's what I did. So I just want to encourage you, like, anything that you are allowing to take the place of God, you treating it like it's a God. You might, and the way you know you treating something like it's a God, because you can't, like, you worship it. You always, like, you might always be watching it, always listening to it. You just like, so that it has become, you have allowed that to come an idol. You have allowed that thing, you have allowed it to be an idol. It could be something you watching on TV, something you listen to, something you brought in the house, and you might be like, oh, I love this, so ooh, I just love this. I just, you have allowed that thing to be an idol. I never forget, it was this person. I was just always used to be just watch them, and God showed me, like, okay, watch it, like, that's the idol. You treat him like you treating that person, you worship that person like they're an idol. Don't watch it so much. Don't watch it so much, because you allow things, you treat it as if it's a God. And so I pray that as I'm sharing my story, my life experience with you all, my love fam, I'm praying that as I'm sharing my experience with you all, that it's helping you, it's blessing you, it's helping you, it's setting you free from some things. Because there might be some of you, you might say, well, you know what, Melissa, I think this happened to me, that happened to me, and so I'm just the purpose that God lead me to share this video is to help you all. To help you all, encourage you all, set you free from some things that you might be going through, but you didn't know the answer to them. To let you know, like, I went through it, I experienced it, overcame. God is bringing me out, and so I don't want it to happen to nobody else. I want to help somebody. I want to help somebody. So, but I pray that you all was uh So I pray that you all was blessed by this video. And so after you do this, after you get rid of all those things, get rid of your items, whatever it is God tell you to get rid of, whatever it is He tell you to get rid of in your spare time in prayer, get rid of it. After you get rid of, allow the healing. Allow the healing to begin. You have to read scriptures on deliverance. Read scriptures on deliverance prayer. You constantly, you have to, you know, pray over yourself, pray over your house, read scriptures, because you're definitely gonna need it. Because once you detach yourself from those things, you best believe once you detach yourself from those things, ain't nobody, like they say, ain't nobody mad but the devil. Ain't nobody mad but the devil, that you no longer want to be attached to, his evil works. And, ain't nobody mad but him. And so, but you want to allow God to do a spiritual cleansing on you. And so that's what I had to do. Allow God to do a spiritual cleansing on me. as he told me to get rid of some things, that's what I did. So I pray that you all was blessed by this video. I am gonna hop back on here and do the Bible study, the Bible study video with you all for this week. But share this video with a loved one, a family members, because they might be going through something. Share this video with a loved one. But until next time, it's your grandma Melissa. God bless.